boy, Henning Demore, reporting live from the liquor store, man. How's everybody doing tonight, man? Hey, it's 11 o'clock on a Friday, but it's definitely time for a liquor store run, man. So y'all come on in. We got Eagles tears, we got gin, we got hen, whatever it takes to make you sin. So, y'all just tap in with your boy, and we gonna get drunk with the Dallas Cowboy content together, man. And really, man, you see the title. I don't have to really elaborate on what the hell we talking about tonight, man. Cause they really pissed me off playing games, with our head coach right now, man. It's really laughable, that they would even try and push a narrative like this. But I get it. The Dallas Cowboys, move units. We do numbers. So when you talk crazy about us in the media, or if you underrate our coaching staff, or you underrate our players, or you slander our guys, man, it always makes for clicks and shares and all the other different stuff, man. So we're gonna talk about it. I'm gonna bring y'all the numbers and the facts, why it's some bull, and then we'll have a great time doing so, though, man. I'm trying to give y'all about an hour, a little bit over an hour. We gonna just rock out, man. But hey, everybody on the way into the liquor store, man, I need y'all to do a little bit of leg work for me. I need y'all to go ahead, hit that like button, hit that share button. And if you have not already joined the channel, please hit the subscribe button. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers right now. And we're sitting at 866. So all is good in the world. You know what I'm saying? Y'all definitely been showing love. Y'all definitely been supporting the channel and the content, man. So, I'm grateful, man. I'm really grateful. When I first started this channel a couple months ago, I didn't think it would blow up like this, man. So, I really appreciate y'all for coming through, showing love, supporting the content, and, helping the channel grow. So, continue to hit the like button, hit that share button, and, tell a friend, tell a foe to come in through the door and support the liquor store, man. Oh, also, since we're in here, I'm going to touch this for 2 seconds, then we'll get into the content. We're still doing the raffle, $5 to enter. If you want to enter, send $5 to $ Henny the more. David Sorrell, what's up with you, man? I appreciate you tapping in and showing love. I appreciate you. Hey, Etta Lockhart, what's good? I see my boy Lucky Johnson and tapped in with me. What's good with you, my guy? Regina Green with the green. I see you. Thank you for tapping in and supporting the channel. My guy Kevin Calloway, what's good with you, man? Thank you. Desmond Ironman, Chris Johnson. I see y'all. Appreciate y'all for showing love and support to the liquor store, man. I see my brother Double R, part of the Wrench Gang, in here. Tony Hernandez, I appreciate you. Thank you for tapping in. Fish 82, my brother, thank you. Raymond Salas, what's good with you? Michael Lockhart. So yeah, hey, the liquor store got some folks in it tonight, man. So hey, I'm ready to rock out when y'all are, man. So let's jump right into it. Let's get into it. So the reason I am up at 11 o'clock, then open the door to the liquor store, is because of this. I'm at effing work, night shift. I can't drink too much liquor. Hey man, as long as you put just mix it with some coffee or something, pour it in your coffee, you'll get away with it, man. You'll be fine. It's all good. It's all good. Hey, Gary Murphy, what's up with you, man? Thank you for tapping in and showing love. So yeah, this is the main reason, man, why I'm doing the show tonight. This list was dropped, and this is the head coach power rankings according to the 33rd team, right? And listen, I like the 33rd team. They have some good stuff from time to time. This is not one of them, right? This is a horrible list. This is a horrible list. Hey, Cortavius Williams, what's up with you, man? I appreciate you tapping in. And let's just look at it. They got one Mike McCarthy listed as the 21st overall head coach in the National Football League. Slim Cuddy said you should already be over at least 3K by now. You bring quality, nothing but content to the nation. I can't believe the nation treating you like this. Hey, it's all good, man. Hey, slow and steady wins the race. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, but the channel has been growing. People been showing love. People been supporting. So, I have nothing to complain about, man. We'll get there eventually. We'll keep growing. As long as y'all keep coming through, showing love, we'll get there, man. So I appreciate you, for supporting the content and rocking with your boy, man. I really do thank y'all. So let's just go through this list. right? And listen, these first couple of guys, I'm fine with it. Andy Reid, I'm fine with that. He's been to what 4 Super Bowls? He went to a Super Bowl with the Eagles. Went to 3 Super Bowls with the Kansas City Chiefs. 1, 2. Just won a Super Bowl last year. I'm fine with that. Bill Belichick, come on now. Won 6 championships. Mike Tomlin, been to 2 Super Bowls, won 1. I'm all right. Sean Payton, he won a Super Bowl. He got a nice win record. But then it gets a little crazy after that, man. So we got Nick Sirianni, right? I don't agree with that. I don't think he should be over McVay, right? McVay won a Super Bowl, right? Pete Carroll has been to 2 Super Bowls. Doug Peterson has won a Super Bowl, right? Harbaugh has won a Super Bowl. So then this is not a great list in my opinion. But what really is upsetting to me, right? Because there are plenty of things I could talk about on why this list is wrong. We're going to talk about, why it affects me. They have Mike McCarthy listed as the 21st overall head coach in the National Football League. Now, I will say this. I do not know the qualifications that they use to make this list. But I'm going to tell you why it's some bull. For starters, there's not 20 coaches with a better resume than Mike McCarthy that are currently coaching in the NFL. They got guys like Nick Sirianni, who claim to fame is going to the Super Bowl and losing. Taylor, he went to a Super Bowl and lost. McDaniel has not been to a Super Bowl. He has not been to an AFC Championship game or anything like that. Campbell, he's a young, he's a fairly new coach too. He has no pedigree at this point. Right? Last year was his first winning season with the Lions. LaFleur, the guy that replaced him in Green Bay, has not gotten to a Super Bowl. You know what I mean? So I don't get it. Ron Rivera, he has not had a winning record in multiple seasons. You know what I'm saying? They're down bad over there in Washington. So I really don't know. He said ratchetness at the highest. Yeah, it's horrible, man. It's not a good list, and it makes no sense. And really, man, like I don't get it. I don't understand why they would put Mike McCarthy so low on this list. Well, let's talk about it though, man. I brought numbers to back up my claims. Right? I'm not just here to cape for Mike McCarthy because he's our head coach. That's not what I do over here. I brought evidence. You know what I'm saying? I brought evidence. So these are the most wins by active head coaches in the National Football League. These are the most wins. And this includes regular season and the postseason. Bill Belichick has 329. He's head and shoulder over everybody else in the win department. Andy Reid is second. He has 269 wins, as a head coach. Pete Carroll is third, 172. Mike Tomlin, 171. Right? So I respect that. Looks who's next up. It's Mike McCarthy. Mike McCarthy has 166 career wins as a head coach, and he also has a win percentage of over 60%. Right? He has a better win percentage than Jim Harbaugh. He has a much better win percentage than Rivera. He has a better win percentage than Pete Carroll. So, Mike McCarthy is a coach that does not lose you a lot of games. Like, people talk about Mike McCarthy coaching probably due to the Aaron Rodgers slander. But that's the thing. Like, Aaron Rodgers has slandered LaFleur as well at this point. That's one of the reasons why he is not in Green Bay right now. He threw LaFleur under the bus several times. It's a Aaron Rodgers thing. It did not work out with Mike McCarthy. It did not work out with LaFleur. And when he goes over here to the Jets, we'll see if it works out. I expect for him to be there long term. So we may never know how well he gets along with them because it won't be for an extended period of time with his advanced age at this point. But he might not get along with his next head coach. Listen, the common denominator between all of this is Aaron Rodgers. Like the man takes shrooms and sits in the dark. So he's a bit of a head case. If anything, I'm giving Mike McCarthy more love for being able to go out there and win a championship with that boy. You know what I'm saying? Because he ain't wrapped too tight. So if you just look at the overall numbers, right? We're talking about wins. We're talking about the things that matter in terms of a head coach. Bill Belichick, 329 wins. Andy Reid, 269 wins. Carroll, 172. Tomlin, 171. Mike McCarthy, 166. 166. Terrell Bigelow said outside of Super Bowl win, his best seasons was with LaFleur. Well, let's take a look. And really, can you say that he can? And listen, that's sort of an oxymoron. I understand what you mean because, statistically, he probably put up some better numbers. But it's more of a passing league now. They have changed quite a few rules at this point. And, Aaron Rodgers was the Super Bowl MVP that season. Had one of the better playoff runs. So I don't know. Can you really say it's a better season than when you won a Super Bowl and was declared the best player in the Super Bowl? I guess it's all in what you're looking at. If you're looking at just regular season statistics, then yeah, he's had some better regular season statistics with him. But if you're talking about the best version of Aaron Rodgers in the playoffs, you saw that with Mike McCarthy. 2 MVP seasons with LaFleur, but he always folded in the playoffs. Yep, that is true. Said the Jets head coach is McCarthy is better than the New York's head coach. Yeah, definitely. I definitely agree with that. Yep. But listen, he won some MVPs with Mike McCarthy too. So, if we had to do like a tiebreaker, right? They won MVPs with Mike McCarthy. He won MVPs with LaFleur. I get the tiebreaker would be the Super Bowl MVP. I'm not taking away from other content creators. They do their thing. A lot of them just bring fluff and entertainment, and they doing good on YouTube. Hey, that's the way of the world, man. That's how the algorithm works. And like you said, no shade to anybody else, but I like bringing, numbers. I like bringing analytics. I like bringing context. I like, shedding light on bad takes that the national media has. So that's sort of my niche in this thing, man, and I like it. DC for life, what's up with you, my boy? How you been, my guy? I hope all is well with you, man. Thank you for tapping in and coming through that door, man. Hey, y'all, remember, we are in the liquor store. So if you slap the shit out of an Eagles fan, man, you will receive half off all the merchandise inside of the liquor store. So please, 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 I beg of you, go ahead and use your discount while supplies last, man. Their inventory will be flying off the shelf, man, so I don't want you to miss out. My boy said he just got out the hospital, man. I hope all is well, man. Please stay out the hospital, man. You got to take care of yourself, my brother. Please take care of yourself. Everybody say a prayer for my boy DC for Life, Texas, man. He stayed holding it down. He stayed showing love to the channel. So please protect him. Hey, just say a prayer for my boy. Sugar was 522 Wednesday. Oh, yeah, man. We gotta, especially when you get diagnosed with something like that, as my father was. You gotta watch your sugar intake. You gotta watch how many sodas you have. You gotta cut back on some of these sweets, man. So you gotta take care of yourself, my boy. We need you around so we can. Hey, we need your help to slap the Eagle fans down, man. We can't do it without you. So you gotta take care of yourself, my brother. You know what, Bigelow? You was exactly who the hell I was meaning to find. Hold on. I was supposed to have been and gave you a wrench. There you go. Listen, we had some goofballs pop into the chat one day. So I need an extra moderator. So there you go. All right. Indeed, man. Yeah, you gotta improve your overall health so you can stay around, man. But where were we? Where were we? Oh, we were talking about Big Mike McCarthy. So yeah, man. So like he's one of the winningest he one of the winningest. He says, salute the Maz and Hen Dog. I don't want no smoke. Yo, Eli, what's good with you, man? I see you. So yeah, so let's just get this out the way, man. Yo, Fish, I got you. Bam, welcome to the Wrench Gang. Booyah. So yeah, so Mike McCarthy has the 5th most wins of any active head coach right now. He has one of the best win percentages of any of these head coaches as well. I buy hen and sweets all the time. But yeah, hey, you got one now, man. I went ahead and gave you the wrench since you've been tapping in and showing love, man. So I'll salute. Yeah, Choctaw know he good over here, man. Choctaw know he good. So so one of the winningest head coaches out there. Well, let's look at recent history, right? Because he just became the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. So what has he been doing, with us, right? Well, let's look at the last 2 seasons, right? Let's look at Mike McCarthy's ability to coach teams to victory over the last 2 seasons. I'm screen sharing this with y'all, so y'all should see what I see. I use this little app, this little website, StatMuse. I typed in, since 2021, the Kansas City Chiefs had the most wins by a team with 26. We know that their head coach is Andy Reid. So Andy Reid and the Chiefs have the most wins. But look, we are tied with the Bills. The Dallas Cowboys are for the 2nd most wins in the NFL over the last 2 seasons. Right? So Mike McCarthy as a head coach has these last 2 years has won more games than Sirianni. He's won more games than Shanahan. He's won more games than LaFleur. He's won more games than Vrabel. He won more games than Staley. So they got Mike McCarthy as the 21st overall head coach in the National Football League. But there's only one coach that has won more games than him the last 2 seasons. Only one coach has coached his team to more wins than Mike McCarthy the last 2 years, and that's Andy Reid. And we know Andy Reid is coaching out his mind right now. So yeah, man. Like, they need to put some respect on Mike McCarthy's name. They definitely need to put some respect on Mike McCarthy's, man. It makes no sense. How do you win all these games and you're the 21st best coach in the National Football League? Does that make sense to y'all? Does that make sense to anybody? Yeah, 24-10 over the last 2 seasons. 25 overall wins if you count the playoffs. Yeah, Mike McCarthy's a dog. Mike McCarthy is a dog, man. And just think about what he's helped us culture-wise since he's been here at the Dallas Cowboys. We won back-to-back 12. We got back-to-back 12-win seasons for the first time since the 90s. Right? Back-to-back 12-win seasons since the 90s. When we were winning Super Bowls. Right? So he got us on the right track in terms of that. Then we were able to stay afloat and win games despite Dak Prescott getting injured. You remember when Tony Romo used to get hurt? Or do you remember when other personnel went down? There was a point in time we couldn't win a game without Sean Lee. We couldn't win a damn game without Sean Lee at one point. Now we out here be missing offensive linemen. We're out here missing starting quarterbacks. We're out here missing receivers here and there, and we're still winning games with Mike McCarthy at the helm. So it said, man, Mike McCarthy and Mike Tomlin, the most understood and underrated coaches of this century. Man, listen, I agree. I listen. Yeah, the most misunderstood. Yeah, man. I rock with Tomlin. I like Mike Tomlin. I like Mike McCarthy too. And the issue always comes down to when you coach a Hall of Fame quarterback, they always want to give the majority of the credit. They want to give the lion's share of the credit to the quarterback. Mike McCarthy coached 2 Hall of Fame quarterbacks. He coached Brett Favre, then he coached Aaron Rodgers. And then Mike Tomlin coached Big Ben. So they both coached 2 of the most prolific quarterbacks of this generation. And team and like people like to contribute most of their success to those particular players. And it's not fair, it's not realistic, that they get all the credit when the coach got to put them in position to be successful. Yeah, man. Crazy. Raymond Salas. Okay. Yeah, listen, they're both very underrated quarterbacks. Head coaches. You shouldn't just put all the credit. You should never put all the credit or all the blame on one player. That's not how football works. Football is the ultimate team sport. And like Mike McCarthy has put a lot of guys in position to be successful on the Dallas Cowboys. Say he completely changed the culture for us since he's shown up here. So it's really that's really why I want to go ahead and dismiss this narrative that like he's a middle of the pack head coach when he's one of the best head coaches in the National Football League right now. Right? And then we were talking about the Super Bowl. Right, let me go ahead and take the screen share down. We were talking about the Super Bowl. How many head coaches right now, right? How many active head coaches currently have Super Bowls? Andy Reid, Mike McCarthy, Mike Tomlin. Let's pull this coaching ranking list back up, and let's just go through the list of everybody we know who has won Super Bowls as head coaches, right? Andy Reid has 2. Okay, he got 2 Super Bowls. Belichick has 6 Super Bowls. As a head coach. Mike Tomlin has a Super Bowl. Peyton has a Super Bowl. That's 4. McVay has a Super Bowl. That's 5. Carroll, 6. Peterson, 7. Harbaugh, 8. You got to go all the way down to Mike McCarthy, before you see anybody else who is a Super Bowl winning coach. Mike McCarthy has a Super Bowl. There's only 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, man. There's not really 5 coaches better. There's not 5 with at least there's not 5 with a better resume. There's not 5 with a better resume. Of course, you can give it to Bill. He's probably the most accomplished head coach in the National Football League, and really in history at this point. You can almost. I don't want to do that just yet, but you can almost put him up there with Landry in terms of being prolific. Andy Reid. So everybody else is just like Mike McCarthy. All these other guys have either only won one, only been to one, or ain't won one. Mike McCarthy has a Super Bowl win. Mike McCarthy has been to multiple NFC championship games. Mike McCarthy, and listen, Mike McCarthy is one of those coaches that calls his own plays. Yeah, Bill Walsh. He said, I'm going to be honest, Henny. I think the Giants going to be good this year. There's a possibility for them to be good. And listen, it's hard to tell right now because the guys they will be depending on to take the next step for them to be a good team again this year are young. You know what I'm saying? Jalen Hyatt will have to come in and immediately be good for them to be a contending team this year. You know, they'll have to make sure that Saquon Barkley stays healthy, and he was only able to be healthy 1 year out of the last 5, right? They'll have to make sure that Daniel Jones is able to take the next step in his development. There's a lot of question marks around the Giants. They got talent, you know what I'm saying? They did add Darren Waller. You know what I'm saying? They do have a good play caller. So, you know, they have the opportunity to be a good they have the opportunity to be a good football team, but they got to put it together. You know what I'm saying? They got some question marks they got to answer first. And even if they are a good team, we'll still beat them. All right, he said Andy Reid is 3-0 in the NFC Championship game. Yo, Triple D, what's up with you, man? He said it's 2-3 in the AFC Championship game. Okay. Hey, thank you for tapping in and showing love to the channel, Triple D. I see you, my boy. Hey, Night Owl, what's up with you, guy? Thank you for tapping in and showing love to the channel, man. Yeah, Giants got to put it together still, though. I said, listen, they got better personnel. They improved their personnel, but you know, I got to see them actually go out on the football field and do it. Now, I'll be more inclined to play with them on Madden. You know what I'm saying? Like, they look good on Madden. You know, I might go out there and run a game or two with them or something. But you know, like, I don't know what they're gonna do on the football field just yet. So let me show y'all this again, because you know we were talking about Mike McCarthy being his own play caller, and y'all know that y'all seen this graph before, but I want to bring it back, repurpose this, and show y'all again, because it still holds true. This is something. He said, "I can't play with nobody but the Dallas." Listen, I play with Dallas. But, you know, I ain't gonna lie. I try and challenge myself and play with shitty teams sometimes. I be needing to improve my my game. So, booyah. I'll go ahead and share this with y'all. Y'all seen this before. This was brought to you by HTM Sports. And, you know, this is a graph of Mike McCarthy, right? Mike McCarthy as a play caller. From 2007 to 2016, Mike McCarthy was the author of a top 10 offense. 2007, they were the number 4 overall offense. 2008, they were the number 4 overall offense. 2009, they were the 2nd overall offense. 2010, they were the 7th overall offense. 2011, they were the 2nd again. 2012, they were the 4th. 2013, they were the 9th. 2014, they were the 2nd. 2015 is not present because he gave up play calling responsibilities at this point, right? Due to Aaron Rodgers, gave up play calling responsibilities, took it back over in 2016. And they were able to be the number 4 overall scoring offense. So there was 9 seasons consecutively as a play caller that Mike McCarthy was able to produce a top 10 scoring offense. Right? How many of these other coaches can say that? He said, I've done that to surprise the blue guys out. Yeah, man. Like, some of these guys just can't play. They just can't play. You know, they got to lean on having a loaded team. You know what I'm saying? Like, some of these guys can only go out there and win games with the Kansas City Chiefs or some bullshit like that. I be done swack the cheese with the dang Jets with Zach Wilson or something. You know what I'm saying? I be done worked out on. But yeah, how many of these head coaches out right now can say that they call their own plays, won a Super Bowl as a play caller, and created, 9 consecutive top 10 scoring offenses? They can't. There's not. Man, listen. I don't even know if Andy Reid did that. I don't even know if Andy Reid did that. So yeah, man, I don't know about all that. They got this man listed as the 21st overall head coach. It's disrespectful, man. Disrespectful. So let's just go through the evidence again of why this is a horrible, horrible list. For starters, there are only, again, let's just go through the evidence. I'm not being a homer. I'm not being a guy that is caping for his head coach, but this is outright slander. There's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's only 9 head coaches with a Super Bowl ring that are coaching right now, and Mike McCarthy is one of them. Right, so by default, if you're talking about body of work, by default, Mike McCarthy has to be up there. Right, he had to at least be in the top 10 by default with that. Then Mike McCarthy has the second most wins by any coach over the last 2 seasons. The Dallas Cowboys have gone 24-10 with Mike McCarthy as the head coach these last 2 years. So let's look at it. One of only 9 coaches in the NFL with a Super Bowl ring. Second most wins by a head coach over the last 2 years. Then when you look at overall body of work for his career, Mike McCarthy has the 5th most wins by all the active coaches. Right? Said no. Got landlord famous on Sport of Landlord Alabama on tour. You're famous. Okay. Because I say we famous. We ain't there yet. So let's recap. Again, one of only 9 head coaches with Super Bowl win. But he didn't lead it to a Super Bowl. Man, no, listen. There are literally entire NFL franchises that do not have Super Bowl rings. The fact that Mike McCarthy, an individual, has a Super Bowl and was the play caller and head coach when he did it should be enough for him to be towards the top of it. Right? So I don't want to hear none of this. I don't want to hear none of this slander to my head coach. Because remember, they got guys out here on these lists that ain't never even made it to a Super Bowl. They got Vrabel above him. The most Vrabel done has been to an AFC championship game. Sally over there with the Chargers can't even win a playoff game. He been a head coach for I don't know how long with the Chargers, then had Herbert this entire time and cannot win a single playoff game. Right? Look at this. The Chargers coach, we know the Chargers ain't winning nothing. Listen, Chargers have not won a single playoff game and I don't know how long. Washington, they got Rivera ahead of him. The Washington Commanders have not had a winning season since like 2016. Matter of fact, Dak Prescott's rookie year is the last time that the Washington team ended the season with a winning record. So I don't know how the hell he's ahead of Mike McCarthy. Let's see. The Lions head coach only has one winning season so far, and they have not even made the playoffs in his tenure. Yeah, man, they wilding. They wilding. This is a horrible list. Horrible list. But like I said, man, anything that is attached to the Dallas Cowboys will be scrutinized, underrated, and slandered. Remember, just take a look. They do it to our personnel too. They do it with Dak Prescott on a daily. Trayvon Diggs, instead of celebrating his interceptions, they were talking about yardage given up. They don't ever talk about yardage given up with anybody else. So when it involves a Dallas Cowboy related figure, whether it be the head coach, whether it be the owner, the quarterback, or defensive players, it doesn't matter. They will not give them the proper credit that they deserve, because you get more clicks and views talking negatively about the Dallas Cowboys than you ever will singing their praises. So I get it. It's slow. They need clicks, they need views, they need controversy. But there's nothing from a statistical standpoint, because I am the number man. What bothers me, they say Dak needs all this help to be perfect, but yet the teams that want to land D-Hop have top quarterbacks. That's crazy to me. Listen, Dak Prescott is the only quarterback in the entire NFL Dak Prescott, the only quarterback in the I was reading, so y'all forgive me for zoning out for a second. He's the only quarterback in the entire NFL that they expect to win with high school football players or some shit. Like, let's go down the list of weaponry that these other quarterbacks had. You know what I'm saying? Like, even Patrick Mahomes had Tyreek Hill, had Travis Kelce, had Sammy Watkins, all on one team at one time, right? Right. So like when he won his first Super Bowl, that's what he had. He had the best tandem of receiving weapons in the NFL. Right. Then you look at Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow has one of the best wide receiving cores in the NFL with Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. Right. Then they had different dynamic tight ends there that they rotated through. Then look, Jalen Hurts. A.J. Brown is an all-pro. Devontae Smith was a Heisman winner. You know what I'm saying? Then they got Dallas Goedert, who was a top 10 tight end. So like they had a bunch of offensive weapons. Yeah, Hurts had plenty of weapons. So it's crazy to me. Hell, Matthew Stafford, had a loaded wide receiving core. They had Cooper Kupp. They added Odell Beckham. Listen, Dak Prescott is the only quarterback that receives criticism for needing help. It's not even realistic for you to go out there and be a good team without good personnel. Like, how you a good team and your wide receiving core ain't good? So T. Higgins killed a guy by accident. That man, nice. Ooh. Meanwhile, we had Noah Brown and recovering Michael Gallup. Correct. Like, sometimes we just gotta be real with ourselves. When you look around at the playing field across the NFL, teams are stockpiling weapons. It's like an arms race on the offensive side of the ball. Thank God the 49ers have not figured out the quarterback position yet, right? Because, they got a bunch of firepower over there. Deebo Samuel, Ayuk. You know what I'm saying? At one point, they had Emmanuel Sanders when they went to their last Super Bowl. They got Kittle. They went out and got Christian McCaffrey. You know what I'm saying? So, like, all these teams, are stockpiling weapons so they can go to war. It's an arms race out here. And that's really how it's supposed to be. Look at the Dallas Cowboys in the 90s. We had a super team. Yeah, Trent. Yeah, they got a good offensive. They got a good offensive tackle and everything. But yeah, look at the Dallas Cowboys team that we had in the '90s, man. You know, say we had Hall of Famers across the board, offense and defense. Great offensive line, great defensive line. We went out and added Haley and Deion Sanders, and you know what I'm saying. Like you got to stockpile playmakers and weapons in order to compete and win Super Bowls. It is very rare that you can. And listen, it is very rare to go out there and win a Super Bowl with personnel that is subpar. It does not normally happen. Hey, Willie T, what's up with you, man? No, the Dallas Cowboys are not trying to get DeAndre Hopkins. They're not going. They don't seem to be interested in him. I don't necessarily think that they even believe wide receiver is an area they need to improve. They just traded and got Brandon Cooks. Michael Gallup was supposed to be healthy again this year. You know, they just spent a top 100 pick on Jalen Tolbert last year, which is one of the reasons, you know, that they didn't draft a wide receiver until the 7th round this year. So, you know, they feel comfortable with it. So I don't believe that they'll make a play for him. So what did D-Hop say about Dak? Nothing important. Nothing important at all. Yo, Vato, hey, Vato, what's up with you, man? Thank you for tapping in, showing love to the liquor store, my guy. What part you don't agree with? You don't agree that they'll go out? I didn't say, listen, I didn't say that we didn't need them. I said Dallas Cowboys aren't going to go after them. But listen, the writing is on the wall. Then listen, player acquisition for me is 24/7, 365. If you want to come over here, put the star on his helmet, go catch passes, I'd be cool with that. Do I think the Dallas Cowboys are going to pursue him? I don't believe so. And you know, the reason being is that train of thought. Because I don't believe that they feel they need a wide receiver. It could come back and not be true, but you know, the actions that they made show that they don't believe they need a wide receiver. And you really can't even say the Patriots' first Super Bowl. Okay, yeah, I can feel that. Yeah, hold on, I can feel that definitely. I think we have a solid receiver core without how I do, but you know, I'm never against improving any area of my team if the price is right, like Bob Barker. I mean, hey, you might as well try and load the deck and make winning a Super Bowl as easy as humanly possible for you. So where's them Eagles at? I have no idea, man. I don't know where them Eagles at right now. Did y'all run them all over? Did y'all slap them senses? They didn't want to come to the chat. They haven't won nothing in a year. What the worst that can happen? I know, right? Sipping my cherry vodka, smoking an OG, rolling great swisher, feeling nefarious. Oh man, my boy going off over there in the chat box. Hey, thank you, man. Hey, I'm trying to keep pushing, man. Put out some good content, my guy. I think we need him. I don't care what nobody say. Brandon Cooks nor MG stop me from signing him. That's fair. Like I said, I'm not opposed to the Dallas Cowboys getting him. I just don't believe the Dallas Cowboys will. They said they at the barnyard eating a pool dinner. Oh, Lord. No, they breath kicking. We just have to get the O-line right this year. The O-line will be fine if they do the no-nonsense thing and put their best five out there. But will that take us over the hump? If all those guys stay healthy, yeah. Because I think about McCarthy is good enough of a play caller to get all those guys the ball. You know what I'm saying? And even though this will be a very run-heavy team, I still think that he'll scheme ways to get his playmakers the ball. So I don't think that it'll be an issue like with Kellen Moore, where there'll be guys, publicly calling out coaching because the ball ain't coming their way. I think Mike McCarthy is a good enough play caller to get it to him. Our best 5 offensive linemen would be Tyron, Tyler Smith, Tyler Biotis, Zach Martin, and Terrence Steele. Those are your 5 most talented offensive linemen. And we all know the positions that they excel at the most. He said, out of all the OTAs, the most interesting thing I heard was KJ moving or playing safety or in the slot. Yeah, man. Yeah, listen. That was something that surprised me that they actually went to that. It's probably the best for him because, listen, he was a safety. He was a great safety coming out of high school. 5-star recruit as a safety. Then he didn't really cover too well. Nah, it'd definitely be hard to stop. But yeah, I think that Kelvin Joseph moving to safety is going to be something that might be able to pay dividends for him down the line. He didn't really cover too well last year, but he did great out well as a tackler and as a run defender. So I listen, you have nothing else to lose. You know what I'm saying? This is going to be his 3rd year, and he's a 2nd-round pick, and he's not really done much for you at this point. So it's either sink or swim right now for that boy. So if he want to have an NFL career, if he wants to stick around, try to get a 2nd contract, he's gonna have to do something. He's gonna have to find a way to get on the field. And I think, safety is probably the easiest path for him to get on the field compared to what he got in front of him at the cornerback position. Try to read my Joe Philbin comments. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, he'll be a rotational piece, safety at the best right now. I don't foresee him being able to beat out Curse or Wilson or Hooker right off the gate. Then some of these other guys been developing a little bit longer than he has. You know what I'm saying? Because Marquise Bell, shout out to him. He already been practicing and playing safety, had a whole OTA last year at the position. You know what I'm saying? Boss man Fat just now finna switch over. So, it would be hard on him. Why did Joe Quagmire Geekety Philbin go to the Buckeyes? Oh, man, you wild. Yeah, and listen, is he a dog? I really see a path for Izzy to get on the field a little bit more at corner, man. When we go to maybe a dime look, but I definitely like his versatility and athletic ability. Yeah, Izzy balled in that playoff game, man. That's why I was really excited he was able to come on to the show. Y'all did see the Izzy McCormick interview we did, right? Because that's the one we had did. That's the player interview we did before we did the Jalen Tolbert one. Hey, get the feeling better, DC for life. Thank you for stopping by, man. Take care of yourself. We'll be back. Hey, we'll be back live sometime tomorrow, man. Overshawn taking over the old number. I think I will buy that jersey. Hey, you might get you a chance to. Hey, if you win the raffle, man, I might get you one myself. Would I be mad if the Cowboys signed D Hop? Of course not. Hell no. Because he's a good player. I will never be mad at the Dallas Cowboys signing a good player. I would never be mad if they sign a good player. And again, I only said I don't think Dallas Cowboys view wide receiver as a need, right? Because if they did, they had the opportunity to sign Tank Dell. Draft Tank Dell. They didn't. They could have drafted Jalen Hyatt. They didn't. They could have drafted Josh Downs. They didn't. They could have drafted Marvin Mims. They didn't. They waited to the 7th round to even draft a wide receiver. So, they felt like they needed to get a wide receiver. They had plenty of opportunities to do so. Yeah. Well, JSN was off the board by the time we picked. Because he went to the Seahawks. He ended up going to the Seahawks. So I don't even count JSN. But hell, if you wanted to trade up and get him, you could have did that. You know what I'm saying? So they had plenty of options to try and address the wide receiver room, and they didn't. They made the play and got Brandon Cooks in much earlier in the offseason. And they're banking on. Hey, I would have traded up 3 spots if I wanted him. I said JSN. Yeah, I would have traded up for the kid. If you wanted him, you could listen. If you want somebody, you can always go and get the guy. You know what I'm saying? I'm not opposed to doing any of that. I'm just saying the Dallas Cowboys didn't do any of that. They didn't go and get none of those guys. So that's why I said I don't believe the Dallas Cowboys are going to be interested in DeAndre Hopkins. They have not shown interest in getting another wide receiver since they added Brandon Cooks. They're banking on the development of younger players and the health of Michael Gallup. Yeah, I'm not opposed to it. I'm not opposed to bringing them in for a 1-year deal. Like I said, I just don't think the Dallas Cowboys would do it. I said, yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine with Mozzie. Because remember, Mozzie does feel, he does feel a very important role. You were not a very good run defense. You were the 22nd overall run defense last season. So, that was a chink in your armor. The guy I think that's going to be a nightmare in the league, I know Dallas not going to get him next year. Who is it? Who you talking about? Marvin Harrison Jr.? I like Marvin Harrison Jr. And listen, like he got the size, he got athleticism, and he got the NFL pedigree. Because his daddy was one of the best wide receivers ever. So he got the work ethic. He got the physical ability. Listen, I don't even watch Skip no more. I don't watch Skip. I don't watch Shannon, Stephen A. I can't tell you the last time I flipped on the TV and watched any one of those guys, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I listen, I watch Landlord. You know, I watch you know what I'm saying? I watch West. So shout out to Landlord West Coast. I watch Boss Cowboy. You know what I'm saying? I watch Tug. You know what I'm saying? I watch a bunch of I watch independent content creators. You know, like I would rather be told the truth, you know, than plagiar. Yeah. All right, Miss Regina said she saw it on YouTube. I don't even watch it on there, to be honest. He said, yeah, Marvin, and listen, we all know that Choctaw is an Ohio State fanatic. I'm not even gonna say fan, I'm gonna say the whole word. He is an Ohio State fanatic. But I do believe I do like Marvin Harrison Jr. Like he's a dog. He's a dog. He definitely will be a first round pick next year. I expect him to have like a 1,500 yard season this year coming up. And then he'll probably be one of the first wide receivers off the no matter of fact, hands down, will be the first wide receiver off the board in the 2024 draft. Oh, you went and watched the rest of the Jalen Tolbert one. Okay, yeah. Independent contractors are real. Those are guys. Oh, those other guys, some bums. Oh, you talk about you don't like y'all new quarterback, huh? Well, listen. He may not be good, but Marvin Harrison is going to save him. But remember, y'all, like, listen, in college too, like, there will be games. Like, Marvin Harrison going to have like a 200-yard game against one of these no-name schools. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I still think he'll get his 1,300 yards. I still think he'll get his 1,300 yards. Cuz said he never looked back. Yeah, we'll be way too good to draft Marvin Harrison Jr. If we're trying to win a Super Bowl, we're gonna get the last pick in the draft. So pick number 32. He'll have to be there at pick number 32, man. So we're gonna win the Super Bowl next year. So we'll have to pick very dead last. We got to put that positive energy into the year. Say Emeka Ibuka. I had to check Cuz out. But yeah, man, I just had to come on here real quick and clear up that Mike McCarthy slander, man. I couldn't see that shit and just go on about my day, man. So a quick recap before we get out of here. He's one of only 9 active coaches to have a Super Bowl win. He has the second most wins in the NFL over the last 2 seasons. He has the 5th most wins of any active coach right now. He had a top 10 offense for 9 straight seasons. Do never let them tell you that Mike McCarthy is the 21st overall coach in the National Football League. There really ain't 5 better than him. There's not 5 coaches better than Mike McCarthy in the NFL. I don't give a damn what they talking about. So yeah, I just had to get that off my chest. I know we got segued just a little bit, talked about this and talked about that. Said, he should have the 3rd most or tied with Tomlin. Judging by this, hold on, let me pull up my thing. Yeah, judging by this, this is actually overall Regular season it will be slightly different, but this includes the postseason. So this is both postseason and regular season, Choctaw. So overall games, Mike McCarthy is fifth. So I included his postseason and his regular season wins. So 166 and Tubman has 171. Regular season is probably different, but I'll double check that for you. But yeah, man, we've been on here for an hour. I appreciate y'all for the love and the support, man. Thank y'all for rocking with me. I will be back live later. I said later on today. It's 12. I'll be back live, about noonish tomorrow, more than likely, so we can give you some quality Dallas Cowboy content, man. So thank y'all for the love, the support, and listen. Coach killed his father. What y'all talking about? But anyway, man, thank y'all for showing love, tapping in. Continue to hit that like button and hit that share button on your way out, man. Continue to slap them Eagles fans, man, and continue to hit that cash app, man. Y'all have very limited time to get these raffles in. It's already the 27th, and I'm gonna cut the raffle off, on the 31st. So, if you want to improve your odds of getting that Dallas Cowboy jersey, man, you gotta chill in and get your entries in. And then, of course, once we finish the jersey raffle, then we'll move directly on to the raffle for the Dallas Cowboys ticket. So appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for the love. And remember, I always tell y'all to drink and drive responsibly. But if you see an Eagles fan in the middle of the road, I ain't saying do nothing. I ain't saying do something. I'm just saying. Y'all know what it is, man. I'll holler at y'all.